Hey, what's going on? I'll get straight to it. So in this video, I'm going to talk about something that I don't see a fair amount of trade companies doing when it comes to hiring new employees. And this is fun to me because I have hired a lot of employees through my corporate life, through my personal business, and then helping a bunch of home service contractors hire employees. I've done a lot of hiring. One thing I see, one issue I've seen through all three of those scenarios, whether it was corporate, whether it was my business, whether it's other home service contractors, is when you hire a new employee, do you make them review and sign a new employee expectation form? What I find out is that through the training process, a lot of companies will talk about expectations. When it comes to hire their employee before they hit the ground, they don't then go over those expectations and then have the employee sign it. This is an important step. Let me tell you why. So, by the way, my name is Chris Ray. I co-own a marketing consulting agency, or a marketing and consulting agency. We help home service contractors, and I make these videos for you, the woman in the trades. In my personal experience, I've been doing this for years, and I've gone down the rabbit hole, and I just have a heart for you. And I've seen different scenarios. The most common scenario I see is there's typically a married couple, and the guy knows the trade. He's out in the field handling the trade, dealing with the techs and all that stuff. And the woman is running the business and the marketing. And here's the thing. If this trade business is going to grow, who's it going to be up to? The person doing the trades out there, doing the job stuff? No, that's important. But if you want to grow a big company, right, you need to focus on the business and marketing. So if your company's going to grow, it's going to be up to you and make these videos for you. So here's an example of what I'm trying to articulate here. I was talking to a friend a couple months back, and I'm venting to him about how my wife is not meeting my needs, and she's not doing this, not doing that, not meeting my needs, blah, blah, blah. And I'm venting to him. And after a while, he pauses, after I get done talking, he pauses a bit, and he asks me a profound question. He says, well, have you communicated your needs to your wife? And I was like, well, blah, 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 blah. I'm not making excuses. He's like, well, have you directly told her your needs? I'm like, basically, no, I haven't. And he goes, okay, well then what are your needs? And then I'm like, and then I'm like brainstorming right in front of him, but I can't clearly articulate my needs. So he goes, so you haven't communicated your needs to your wife and you can't clearly articulate them, then how is she supposed to meet your needs? And I was like, I don't want to be your friend anymore because you're being too truthful. But it was great. It was great. It was a very good point, very good lesson. But that concept applies to business. When you hire a new employee and at some point, you might just go over the expectation with them. But if you don't clearly set and clearly define and have them sign what success looks like, then how are they supposed to be successful? In contrast, if you've clearly outlined it, and then you go over it with them on a sheet, item by item, then you have them sign it. And there is no confusion on what's expected. So guess what? This employee has a greater chance of being successful. I've been doing this for years. I've included a link to a template, like an expectation form template. You can take that, modify it as much as you want, just copy it, paste it on your own doc, and modify it as much as you want. But that template, in my years of doing this, kind of covers some of the main things that a expectation template should have. If you don't want to copy that, I'll just kind of tell you about the things that I found to be important. One of the main things is clarity and understanding. How do I explain this? When it comes to your form, you want to be clear about what success looks like, what success looks like from a performance standpoint, and how they should act when they're wearing your uniform, right? So you want to be very clear, like, hey, when you're at this company, right, this is what success looks like from a behavioral standpoint. This is what success looks like from a data standpoint, from a goal standpoint or performance standpoint, right? And then this is what success looks like from a value standpoint. So that person knows when they come into this office and they have that uniform on, this is the behaviors and expectations expected of them. That's not clearly defined. They're going to come in there and they're going to drag in any other like previous expectations or previous experiences they had from other jobs. And if those other jobs had a lower standard than yours, well, then guess what? They're coming into your company with these low standards. So it's up to you to reset and let them know clearly what success looks like from a data standpoint, or performance standpoint, from a behavioral standpoint, and from a values. And then the next thing that I see some companies miss is knowing what's expected of them from a goal standpoint, day over day, week over week, or month over month. However you measure your employee's success or whatever, knowing what's expected. If the employee needs to know, hey, I need to hit this daily, I need to do this weekly in order to achieve this monthly goal. So typically you work backwards, right? If you have a monthly goal, okay, what does that look like weekly? Okay, what does that look like daily? They need to know those numbers so they can achieve it. They can go after it. This seems like simple stuff, but I think, or I know for a fact, some companies gloss over it and don't hammer it home the way they should. So then they don't have a clear expectation. And guess what? The employees are not hitting goals. And not only do you have those goals, those daily, weekly, and monthly goals, you also define the behavior behind that. What behavior leads to that success? So define those behaviors. What are your best people doing, your best techs doing to hit their numbers? What are those behaviors? Okay, we'll put that in your expectation sheet. Those are the expected behaviors. And then the main thing, once you kind of outline everything and you have your expectations set, then it needs to be the tech needs to be clear on what the rewards are and what the discipline is, right? So what are the rewards? Are they getting promoted? Are they getting bonuses? What is your reward structure? How does it work? When do they hit it? How often can they hit it? All that needs to be very clearly defined so they have a goal to run towards. But also, when they're not exhibiting the behaviors and expectations that you set, it needs to be a clearly defined discipline process that they are very well aware of. When somebody gets fired, it should never be a surprise, right? It should never come out of left field. Typically, the path that I go down is, hey, if the employee makes a mistake, and obviously, and I've done my job setting expectations, if the employee makes a mistake the first time, I will still own that. I'll be like, hey, this happened. Apparently, I wasn't clear enough on this. I could have done a better job. And so now to make sure that doesn't happen again, I'm sitting down with you. I'm telling you it. Here it is. And then we're going to document it. So either they will sign something or I'll shoot them an email, right? But I'm very clear on whatever that issue was, whatever that behavior was, and it's formal, it's documented. That same behavior happens the second time, I write them up. So I'm like, hey, I told you this. We talked about it. You signed it. We went over it, blah, blah, blah. You still did it. This can't happen. If it happens again, I'm going to have to let you go. And that's documented. Then the very last thing is they do it again, you're fired. We already talked about it. You did it again, right? We talked about it twice, did it again. This is apparently not the company for you. So then they get terminated. And that's how this disciplinary process goes. It can be different for anybody. Do whatever you want. That's just mine. But my point is when an employee gets let go, they should never be surprised about it or be surprised by it. Anyways, I hope that helps. And if you don't want to do your own template, again, I have a link for a template for you to kind of copy and make yours. And I hope that helps you. Wait. Before you go, please like or subscribe to this channel. And here's why. That helps other people like you see this video. So if this video helped you at all and you want it to help other people just like you, then like and subscribe, because that's the only way that it's going to help them. That's going to be the way for them to see this. I appreciate you watching. Thanks.